In today's video, we're demoing two Gibson models which have the exact same specification. The only thing that differs these two guitars is the type of finish. The first guitar is the 57 gold top with VOS finish, and we're going to be comparing it with a heavy-aged Murphy Lab version. This is going to make for a very interesting video. So let's get straight into this Squealing Pig Guitars episode. Hi guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury strat machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Keightley, and today we're doing a very interesting test. We're going to be comparing two Gibson Custom Shop 57 gold tops. These have the exact same specification, the only thing that differs them is the type of finish. First off, we have the classic VOS finish, which is a very high-wearing gloss finish, which is very classic. It's exactly what you'd expect from a brand new guitar. And we're going to be comparing that with a very expensive, ultra heavy aged 57 gold top. Both of these guitars look and sound insane, but which one will you prefer? Well, I guess we're going to have to find that out, so let's get both of these guitars and go to the spec talk. But just before I get into the spec talk, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new. YouTube tells us that 77% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be, it's free and it takes 5 seconds to hit that button down below. It means you're going to join a loving community of guitar players sharing their passion for the instrument. So make sure to hit subscribe and tap the notification bell to be notified when we make a new video. We post daily, Monday to Friday. But thank you for subscribing, and let's get straight back into the video. So guys, now it's time for the specs. We're going to talk about everything that makes up these two Les Pauls. Of course, they're extremely similar in specification. They both have the same build, they both have the same pickups. Making them different is the finish and the aging job. So on the left here, I have the mega expensive 57 heavy aged from the Murphy Lab. It's known that the Murphy Lab uses a slightly different finish. It's more of an original nitro. It's a lot thinner and obviously it has this rub down effect. So this guitar should be more resonant. Whereas this guitar has the standard kind of VOS finish, which is a lot more of a thicker lacquer, has a little bit more plasticizer in it, and it's very thick, obviously made to be protective and to not scratch and wear down. Other than that though, the guitars are the exact same. So we have mahogany bodies, which are nice and plain. We have a mahogany neck with the chunky C profile. This is the 57 profile. We have a maple top with the gold finish, and we have cream binding. We have the same pickups. These are the custom Alnico free custom buckers. They're unpotted and they sound incredible. We have a three-way select switch, 2 volumes, 2 tones, and then we have a rosewood fingerboard with celluloid inlays, which is a period correct spec. Both guitars have a little bit of ambered lacquer over the inlays just to make them look a little bit older. We then have the iconic Gibson headstock with the Les Paul silkscreen and Gibson celluloid inlays. We then have 3-a-side Gibson Deluxe tuners, and both of these serial numbers start with 7 as they're 57 replicas. The Murphy Lab has the 70th anniversary medallion, whereas this one has the more classic Gibson custom medallion. So in terms of holding both of these guitars, they feel like night and day. They are a similar weight and they do obviously look visually very similar, but this guitar on the left here feels a lot more resonant, and it feels more like an acoustic, and the reason I say that is that it vibrates a hell of a lot more when you're playing. The neck surface is almost entirely rubbed down, which creates a really nice playing surface, which is very comfortable. Whereas this guitar is a lot more sticky and has that classic kind of nitro new feel. This is definitely one to be careful with in hot environments, as it will be very sticky. But other than that initial finish, they do feel very similar. So now we're going to compare both of these Gibson models through my 2-Rock Bloomfield drive. We're going to be doing an isolated comparison so you can hear the tonal differences in both of these guitars. So without further ado, let's go straight to the tone demonstration. So guys, welcome to the tone comparison of these two Gibson Custom Shop 57 Les Pauls. I'm starting off with the VOS today, the cheaper one out of the two, and let's start off with the bridge pickup. In the intro of today's video, I did my own version of Paradise City, obviously the iconic Guns N' Roses track. I'm actually going to see Guns N' Roses in 2 weeks, and I can't wait. If any of you guys are going to Villa Park Guns N' Roses, I'll be there, so let me know in the comment section below if you're going. But let's hear that riff again on both guitars and do an isolated comparison. Bridge pickup. guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed this comparison between two 57 gold tops. Let me know in the comment section below, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the VOS or do you prefer the ultra heavy aged? Before I get into my final result for this video, make sure to hit the like button if you've enjoyed, comment your thoughts down below, and make sure to hit subscribe if you're new. This really helps us grow our channel. In today's video, the winner is the ultra heavy aged Murphy Lab for me personally. Visually, these guitars look very similar, although the heavy aged gold top has obviously a heavy aged finish. I don't think it actually looks that much different to the VOS, whereas for example when you get like a heavy aged tobacco burst, you can really tell the difference. For me, the reason why this ultra heavy age came up on top was all about the resonance and the playability. The guitars organically and acoustically sound different. They have a different response with, you know, basic open chords. They feel different to play and they have a different snappiness. For me, I love how I can feel the resonance of the guitar in my left hand as I'm playing chords. And I've not just noticed this on ultra expensive Murphy Labs, but also on my own personal Les Paul Jr., which is a USA guitar. It was about £900 on the second-hand market, and that was aged by a third party, not even by Gibson. And because it doesn't have any lacquer on the neck, it resonates so well. So it just goes to show it's not about the fact that it's custom shop, it's more the idea of reducing the amount of lacquer on the guitar. In comparison, I felt like the gold top with the VOS finish was a little bit more dulled down. It wasn't as lively in the hand, but ironically through the amplifier I actually think it sounded a little bit brighter. Which is very interesting indeed, showing that maybe the pickups have been maybe overwhelmed a little bit, or maybe the way that the pickups have been set up is a little bit taller than the heavy aged. But I found that very interesting. I thought the Gibson heavy aged was a little bit more lower output, whereas the VOS was a little bit more gained up. I haven't looked back at any of the tones just yet, so I've just listened to that organically in the room, and that's what I think of these two guitars. But you'll have to let me know in the comment section below which one you preferred and if you could hear a difference. I love making these videos as I think they're very interesting, comparing basically the same model of guitar, but they have a massive price difference because of that Murphy Lab finish. And really questions whether the Murphy Lab is worth it or not to you. I guess it's all personal preference. To me, I think it's worth it, but you'll have to let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We have done a similar video to this before where I compared two 64 spec SGs. One was a heavy aged one and one was a VOS one. And again, they did sound very different. So it just goes to show there is something in the relicing process and finish process. Whether that's how thick the finish is, how much it's been rubbed down, the cracking, whatever it may be, it definitely makes a difference. But that is the end of this Squealing Pig Guitars video, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you've enjoyed, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe if you're new. But I really appreciate you checking out this video. My name is Ben Keightley, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. But until then, keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.